Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and I just got another copy of the LEGO Ninjago magazine. This time around, it's our first time getting a Seabound minifigure, which is exciting. It's Scuba Cole, which is one of my favorite Seabound minifigures, so I'm very excited for that one. But we'll take a look at him in a little bit. First, let's take a look at this magazine. Look how cleanly I removed that pelly bag. I didn't tear a single piece of this magazine. Anyway, now we can see the full cover. You can see it says LEGO minifigure, amazing Scuba Cole. I agree, magazine, I agree. LEGO toy, Scuba Cole with katana and a cool harpoon. Father versus son, why Kai must defeat his own dad. What? Why Kai must defeat his own dad? What is that? Is that the comic this week? Very curious to see what that means. New ocean vehicles. Not new, guys, but thanks for letting me know. Secrets of the Elemental Masters. Curious what that means. I highly doubt there's any actual secrets, but we'll see. And then new season posters. So let's open this up. Oh, no Master of the Mountain advertisement on the first page. What does that mean? Is there no advertisement at all, or did they change to a new advertisement, or is it just in a different spot in the magazine? Very curious. Seabound. Explore the depths of Ninjago Ocean to find out what lurks below. When Nia's elemental powers are disrupted by a mysterious energy signal, the ninja must undertake a search for answers. Their quest leads them to the bottom of the endless sea and right to the fangs of new villains. Will the ninja master their underwater mission, or will they be like fish out of water? Find out in this season of LEGO Ninjago. Deep Sea Monster. When the first ninja master arrived in the Ninjago realm, Mujir was roaming its oceans and caused havoc wherever she went. Together with the islanders and the Merlopians, the first Ninjutsu master sent her to eternal slumber. Prince Kalmar's plan, the steep sea prince from the kingdom of Merlopia, is bent on flooding all dry land so he can rule it all. With his scientist Glutinous and his gang of eagles, stingrays, and sharks, he wants to awaken the legendary sea serpent Mojir and create his ocean world. And then we have Prince Kalmar, Glutinous, and Hydro Whipper. Ooh, now we're finding the scuba chicken instead of the island chicken. So we have our table of contents right here. It looks like they have some cool new graphics. That's interesting. Alright, let's turn the page. Interesting, so they don't start out with the minifigure instructions this time around. This magazine is definitely structured differently than the recent ones. Very curious what that entails. New season, dive into adventure. The new ninja season Seabound has our heroes face new foes, overcome new odds, and venture further into the seas than ever before. Deeper than ever, after their adventure on the mysterious island, the ninja thought that they could do some regular crime busting. But when Nia's powers fail and a new villain emerges, they have to go deep into the ocean of Ninjago Island to save the day. For the new adventure, they come perfectly equipped with diving gear, a cool hydro bounty, and lots of underwater racers and mechs. And then here's the hydro bounty. It says Evil Rising, talking about Kalmar trying to release Wojira. The story so far, and it gives a summary of the first 3 episodes of Seabound. That's kind of interesting. That's cool to have. I like that being there. Okay, and then here's the instructions on how to build Cole. Obviously, I know how to build him, but they're letting me know. Master of Earth. Cole likes his friends, training, and most of all, pies. Underwater missions are tricky for a ninja, prefers solid ground, but Cole overcome all odds for his friends. Aw, isn't that cute? Then you have a little game right here where you have to match like different parts of the pipe to this little picture right here. Gotta find out which of these blurry images is the same as this Cole image. This is a spot the differences game, but it's mirrored. That's kind of interesting. Oh, look at him. I love him. Alright, then here we have a word search for the different ninja names. This one you just have to find the path from the Hydro Bounty to the ninja. Real quick though, this Zane render is interesting. So last month we saw this render, and you can see all the other ninja have like their official face prints, but Zane doesn't. But if you look at that face print, I think this is the same one, just without the mask. So we were theorizing like, is this a new face print for the future, or did they just make this up for the magazine? Looking at this, it could be an official face print, but I'm leaning towards they made it up for the magazine because it just doesn't feel official. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about that. Oh, and now we're already at the comic. That was pretty quick. So it looks like the comic's about Kai and Ray. That's pretty cool because we didn't get to see too much of them in Seabound, so it's cool to develop like what was going on with them during Seabound. As always with the comics, I'm not going to read the entire thing, but if you want to pause and read it for yourself, feel free. But if I notice anything interesting or funny, I'll point it out to you guys. Okay, so they're just establishing lore about Nia's powers. I don't feel like Kai would know all of this. I also got it wrong. They said there's a second Storm Amulet. It's not called the Storm Amulet. It's called the Wave Amulet, guys. Maybe you should hire a Ninjago expert next time. Thanks. No, but I don't think this would be canon, because I don't know, it feels like Kai knows too much. I don't feel like in-universe he would know this much about, like, the future of Seabound. Okay, so Kai takes Ray to a skate park, and then Ray takes Kai to ballroom dancing, and then Kai takes Ray to a rock concert. Also, isn't that the Hidden Side girl right here? We did it, guys. We saved Hidden Side. Hidden Side is no longer dead. It's saved. Thank goodness.
That's what it's all about.
Hey, Grand Sensei Dareth's Mocho Dojo. Alright, so they entered Dareth's karate tournament, and they're fighting like a bunch of villains. We have a Sky Pirate. We have one of the Hunters, it looks like. Cruncha, but it's a classic Cruncha, not Legacy Cruncha, but then we have a Legacy Lasha back there. And then we have the break in the comic. So we have a maze right here, it looks like, and you have to collect as many rings as you can on the way. And then we have our posters. First, we have the main proper Seabound poster. This poster is beautiful, looks fantastic. Really, like, I would love to get, like, a proper print of this and hang it up, because this is beautiful. I don't really want one with a crease in the middle of it and, like, staple holes. But this is a super cool poster to get. I really love this one. And then the alternate side of the poster has all the ninja in their scuba outfits, and it says, "Dive deep into action underwater." This one's okay. It's cool to see the renders of all the ninja, but the text, I definitely prefer the other version. Also, the Hydra bounty is like kind of shoddily photoshopped in back there. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Definitely not the worst we've gotten, but the other side is definitely way better. Here we have Draw Your Own Deep Sea Monster. That's kind of fun. And now we are back to the comic. Here, Ray's fighting my man Scooter. Kai versus Squiffy. Alright, so then Ray lets Kai win, and now we have Misdemeanor here. Alright, so Misdemeanor is behind it all, and the metal is made out of Venge Stone, so Kai can't use his powers. Alright, and they use their dance moves to defeat the bad guys. Isn't that incredible, everybody? Isn't that fantastic? That's really silly. Alright, now here's 2 pages on the Masters of Fire and Water. Before Kai and their parents, Ray and Maya were the elemental masters of fire and water. Find out all about the hero's dad and mum. Alright, this magazine comes from the UK, so they said mum instead of mom. That's kind of funny. Alright, so it just gives you a summary of essentially Hands of Time and everything that happened, and then also a little bit of Seabound and with relation to Kai and Nia and Ray and Maya. It's a cool way to like catch up on past events, but nothing too like amazing there. And then here we have a picture of some of the former Elemental Masters. The former Elemental Masters were a group of heroes protecting Ninjago City with their elemental powers before the ninja. They fought many villains, the Time Twins, Wajir, and the Serpentine, to name a few. Many of the ninjas' parents or grandparents were among them. I think these are all just screenshots from the show. Though, I don't know, I don't necessarily recognize all these renders, so this is kind of interesting. Yeah, guys, let me know if you recognize these renders from the show, or are these like new renders? Because if these are new renders of the Elemental Masters, that would be pretty cool. Then on the next page, we just have an ad for some of the sets. We have Lloyd's Hydramech and the Ninja Subspeeder. Pretty cool render of Pixel up there. New face print for her. That's kind of interesting. Okay, I'm sorry. What is this? What is going on here? Uh-oh, it's Rebuild the World. I don't understand. Small change, big difference. Tweaking just one detail can change so much. Be inspired by these many versions of Zane and give it a try yourself. Going to save the world. Going to cuddle with his favorite toy. Going to make delicious cookies. Going to clown around. That's me every day of my life. Prove your ninja eye by circling the original Zane in the 3 versions in the grid below with a pen. Can do it in less than 2 minutes. Ready, steady, go. Alright, then you have a bunch of Zane variants down here. And here it is, the Mask of the Mountain ad. I sure did miss it. I kind of thought they'd be changing it to a island ad at this point. But nope, it's still Mask of the Mountain ad. Bro, do they not know these sets are like retired in most places? And then that's the end of the magazine. We have an ad for next month's magazine. It's going to be Scuba J. Not as excited for that one, but still cool to get. Yeah, pretty generic accessory for him too. Nothing too spectacular, but when I get that magazine, I will be covering it here. I just noticed there's no featured fan section this time either. That's kind of interesting. That was like a staple of this magazine. I wonder why. Yeah, they definitely changed up the magazine formula this time around. I did enjoy it. It kind of like brought some more surprise. But I think their classic style might be better. I feel like there was more there in the other magazines. But I'm not sure. We'll see what future magazines are like. And then finally, this back page is a matching game. You can cut these out and like play a matching game. He's all I care about, my boy. Anyway, that's about it for this magazine. So now let's take a look at that minifigure that it came with. Alright, let's get this little poly bag opened up. Alright, here's Scuba Cole. Before I talk about him too much, I just want to mention that he does come with flippers in this poly bag. I'm not going to have the flippers on while I talk about him, because that way I can put him on my minifigure stand. But I wanted to mention that the flippers do come with this magazine first before moving him over to the minifigure review area. Alright, but with those removed, here's Scuba Cole up a little bit closer. And if you've watched my Seabound reviews, you've heard me talk about this minifigure before, but I absolutely adore this minifigure. The mixture of the orange and the black just looks so good together. I love a little bit of brown on the belt too. And just with the blue in the mask, I don't know, something about this figure just feels so complete and so perfect to me. I really just love how Scuba Cole looks. The metallic silver is a cool touch. I like how he has a symbol in the middle. It all just comes together super nicely. Like, I'm a very big fan of this one. In terms of accessories, he just has a classic, like, LEGO Atlantis taser piece. That's a little bit lame. I would have preferred something a little more unique. A lot of these magazines usually come with very unique accessories, so it's a little lame to see we're getting a single piece accessory for him. I don't know if this piece has come in any Ninjago sets. I think it came in the Gamers Market last year, but it hasn't come in many. So if you're someone who collects like exclusively Ninjago, this set is a cool way to get this part. But yeah, it's nothing too spectacular in my eyes. And then he also comes with a katana, which you can put in the back of his scuba gear. Katana is very common parts. Cool to get, fits his character well enough, but nothing too spectacular. And here's Cole with the scuba gear removed, and you get a better look at his torso and leg print. as well as his face print without the scuba gear on it. And there's his alternate face as well as his back torso print. Back torso not nearly as good as the front, but still pretty good. I love the little bits of orange as well as like the damage details on it. You can see there's like some metallic scrapes on there. And that actually exists on the front as well, I just didn't point it out. And yeah, that's about it for this minifigure. He's not like especially rare or anything, so getting him in the magazine like isn't anything spectacular. He comes in a $40 set, so this is definitely the cheapest way to get him, but he does come in a fairly cheap set for only $40. But with that being said, I adore this minifigure, so I'm very happy to get multiples, and I'm very happy to have this multiple now. So what are my overall thoughts on this magazine? I'm really not sure what to think of this one. The content inside was strange, definitely very different. I like that they're taking risks, I like that they're mixing things up, because a lot of the magazines can be very samey. But I don't know if it was good or bad. I'm very curious to hear what you guys think of it in the comments below. And I feel very similar about the minifigure. It's a great minifigure, I'm happy to get him, but he's nothing too exceptional. So yeah, I'm just very unsure as a whole. I think it's really up to you guys. Like, I can't provide a proper recommendation. If you like what you saw, you should get it. If you didn't like what you see, you probably don't need it. This isn't one of the magazines where I'm like, okay, this is a must-have, or one of the magazines where I'm like, nah, you don't need this one at all. It's really up to what you want, what you need. Personally, I'm very satisfied with it because Scuba Cole is one of my favorite minifigures. Love this minifigure, happy to get another one. But that's mostly just a personal taste thing. I know most people aren't collecting 3 of a minifigure like I am. So yeah, I can't really give a proper verdict on this one. So yeah, please let me know what you guys think of this magazine as a whole in the comments. Do you have it? Are you planning on picking it up? If you're in a country where it's not offered, would you get it if it was offered? Very curious to see what next month's magazine is with the Scuba J. But that's about going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please press like, subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO Ninjago videos like this almost every day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.